Welcome to 11 Live Midday at 11. I'm Aisha Howard.
And I'm Cheryl Preheim. Glad you're with us. Right now, the Atlanta City Council is holding a transportation meeting which could decide the fate of the city's taxi industry.
11 Live's Ariana Maniz joining us this midday. Ariana, so tell us, what are council members saying about this proposal that could deregulate the industry?
Well, Aisha, the Transportation Committee, they're currently still meeting, but they just voted on that measure, but a completely different version of what was initially introduced. We spoke to the sponsor and chairman of the Transportation Committee, Councilor Brian Amos, and he said he had to go back to the drawing boards and redo this ordinance after speaking to more taxi drivers. Take a look at this video. This is moments after that vote. You see several of those drivers, they showed up today for the meeting and they were pleased by the outcome of the vote. Now, the original version would no longer mandate taxis to have the signature dome lights or be painted a certain color. It would also change a traditional meter to cell phones or computers. Now, Amos says he crafted this ordinance based on input from individuals who he thought were representatives of the entire taxi industry at the airport. He says he later found out that they were not representing the industry. He says he went back and met with 70 drivers, and the one provision they were able to agree on is to keep in this ordinance was to allow taxi drivers to keep their car operating, move that age of the service from 7 to 10 years. He says this allows drivers to make additional money. Take a listen.
If you look at the average auto loan now, it's a 7-year loan. So you're actually working to pay off your car. I believe if we gave them those additional years, at least those additional years could be used to actually make money without having to pay a car note. But they're still being inspected. There's still a level of service and quality that we expect out of the cars, but at least it'll give them those additional years without having to pay for the vehicle.
Now, after that vote happened, Councilor Amos, he says he wanted to make sure he handled this at the top of the meeting. There were at least 70 taxi drivers in that committee meeting. It was packed. Once that vote happened, they came out into the hallways, kind of like a joyous moment for these taxi drivers. They were excited that they were not going to keep these regulations in place or make it optional to have a taxi driver have a different color than all the other taxi drivers. Now, the next step for this measure, now that it's out the Transportation Committee, it'll go to a full council vote on Monday, and we talked to those taxi drivers. They say they plan to show up on Monday. Reporting live from City Hall, I'm Ariana Maniz for 11 Alive. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, thank you. Well, it is shaping